the Indian River Inlet, one man is reeling in more than just fish. Try lead, and a lot of it.
Well, the most I ever brought up one time was about 70 pounds.
For over 25 years, this has been Ronald Newswanger's routine. He wheels his scuba gear out to the inlet, suits up, crawls over a series of rocks, then goes under. When Ronald is scuba diving at the inlet, he spends much of his time checking out the local sea life. But when he's not petting fish, yes, you did hear that right, he's doing this, picking up old lead sinkers from the seafloor.
Typically, I bring up 40 to 50 pounds at a time.
Ronald started doing this a few years ago.
I just started bringing it up, and after that, I had buckets of it sitting around, not sure what to do with.
Eventually, Ron got an idea. Why not melt the sinkers together and turn them into weights?
I came across this mold to make these lead fish, so I was making fish out of the lead and using them to hold our rugs down at the campsite.
It wasn't long before others got hooked on the idea.
So, I mean, I've had people driving over an hour down just to pick one up.
At this point, Ronald makes sea turtles, fish, and seahorses, and get this, he gives them away for free.
It's a hobby, it's a fun sport, and I just didn't want to turn it into anything.
Ronald says the meaning some people take away from these weights is enough payment for him.
Well, a lot of them, I get stories like they say that like their father used to fish here all the time and lost a lot of sinkers, and now he's passed away, but they set this thing up on a shelf somewhere or something, and it reminds them of him because they're thinking that his sinkers could be in that mold.
But on top of the sentimental value, cleaning up these weights means birds like seagulls have a smaller chance of ingesting them and getting sick. Ron says he's just glad he can make a difference in the environment.
It'd be nice to just get as much of this out of here as I can.
When it comes to the future, Ron says he has no plans to slow down anytime soon.
I've always joked that I'd like to get the park to put in a gate and a handicap ramp for me at some point. But as long as I can physically keep doing it, I'm going to keep doing it.
For The Bright Side, I'm Rick Butler, 47, ABC.
They want to support us because we did bring our business to the United States and we're creating jobs here.
The owners of Jenny Gems, a Sussex County home decor store, say now that they make their own products, business is booming.
Our sales are going through the roof. There's so many sales that we can't keep up.
Some of their most popular items are wooden signs with quirky sayings on them that you can hang on a wall or display on a table.
We make the wooden signs, put them together, and print them. Paint them and then print them.
These days, customers can't seem to get enough of them, but we're told it wasn't always like this.
Right up until the beginning of March, we actually ordered products. We design them and we'd have them made elsewhere, overseas.
After hitting a few bumps in the road, they decided to invest in all of the equipment to make their own products right in Harbison. Then the pandemic hit and their sales dropped.
And it was so scary, but we came back fighting. We started doing social media live videos and telling everyone this is what we did. We're creating jobs right here in Delaware.
They say customers took notice and orders flooded in. While their physical store has been closed for a few months, they're still selling products online and trying to keep up with the demand.
Our sales are up over 50% over last year, and it is sky's the limit for us. We have a great team, we all work well together, and we're excited about this future.
Kylie Panetta, 47, ABC.
At some point in our lives, we all turn to poetry for a source of comfort and understanding. Poetry has the power to change people or give people a sense of empathy, something Nancy Mitchell knows all too well.
Other kinds like scholastic writing, many times it makes you think. Poetry makes you feel and think, but it makes you feel first.
Nancy, who's been writing poetry for decades, is the city of Salisbury's first ever poet laureate, meaning she writes about big events in the city and encourages other people to be brave and put pen to paper.
What I want to do is bring the community together in shared spaces.
Nancy has gotten everyone from a Salisbury University student to the city council president to participate in something she calls Poets on the Plaza.
Between the ocean and the Chesapeake, my city, my town.
The pandemic has forced Nancy to change the way she does things. Instead of reading on the plaza, people are now sharing their poems virtually from wherever they'd like.
Night closes, solstice late. The sky, dishwater blue until 9.
And there's an advantage to this. People from beyond just Salisbury can now come onto Nancy's platform to share their work, helping Nancy to spread poetry like wildfire.
So I'm doing the best I can to bring as many poets as I can from near and far together.
During the month of September, these virtual readings have taken on a deeper meaning. In honor of Why Comico Goes Purple, a campaign that aims to raise awareness about the disease of addiction, Nancy has been hosting something called Poetry and Recovery on Zoom.
My first goal is to move hearts, is to open hearts, and to raise awareness, to have people have empathetic experiences, and to help others move out of the shadow of shame.
And this ties into what Nancy is all about, making a difference with her writing and transforming people at their core.
One of the great things about art is the transformation an artist goes through in order to make the thing. You, by just looking at it, reading it, hearing it, also experience that transformation. And that's what makes the culture evolve. That's why we need artists.
For The Bright Side, I'm Brooke Butler, 47 ABC.